All right, if you're all about smelling good, but you have a budget and you want to smell bougie on a budget, then you're definitely going to want to check out this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sasha Scents. My name is Sasha. On this channel, I mostly do fragrance reviews, a little bit of beauty and style. So if you enjoy that type of content, I really do hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. You can hit that bell and then you know every time I upload. And if you end up liking this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. As I mentioned in the intro, this is definitely a brand that will exceed your expectations. It smells very, very expensive, but they are very, very affordable. I've talked about them a lot in the past. It's been a while since I've reviewed any of their fragrances, and I am talking about Dossier. I think they do an amazing job creating fragrances inspired by designer fragrances, niche fragrances. And again, if you want to smell bougie on a budget, then you're going to definitely want to check these out. Don't go anywhere. I honestly think you'll love them. They have amazing customer service and easy return policy if for any reason the fragrance doesn't work out for you. No questions asked. You know, trade it for a different fragrance, return it, but you're going to get iconic scents that are designer quality without the markup. And you're going to get fragrances that have been inspired not only by designer fragrances, but niche fragrances as well. So let me show you what the packaging looks like. It comes in this little box, says Dossier in the front, and then when you open it, you'll see the orange. It says iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. And then you have this little card in the front, and this is your fragrance, and it talks about the fragrance it was inspired by, and it has all of the notes listed, which is really nice, so you can know exactly what notes you're smelling in your fragrance. And the first fragrance that I'm going to talk about, I have 3 of them for you today. All fantastic, but the first one I want to share with you is the Floral Marshmallow. Now this particular fragrance was inspired by Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. This opens with a really nice marshmallow accord, so it's slightly sweet, just kind of reminds me of like clouds in a sense with this sweetness. And then you're getting soft hints of neroli. Now the neroli is really light in here, it's not overpowering. You'll get hints of it as well as some bergamot. So if you enjoy a little bit of a citrus opening, that's exactly what you're going to get with this particular fragrance. And then in the heart is where you're going to start to pick up on some orange blossom. So if you enjoy that type of note in your fragrances, it's really nice in here. Mixes with some honeysuckle. You're going to get a little bit of some jasmine and some orris. Now orris can go 2 ways. Orris can sometimes be cosmetic-like, kind of lipsticky, and other times it can be more floral. It does have a little bit of the cosmetic vibe going on with this particular fragrance. Now in the base is where you're going to pick up on some rich amber, some creamy vanilla, and musk. So very nice. And as far as, let's talk about comparison and similarities to the original Love Don't Be Shy, I would say that Floral Marshmallow, in my opinion, would be about 85% spot on. The main difference is that the original is a little bit more sweet, and the original stands out a little bit more. And when I say stands out, it means it projects a little bit more. This one, the Floral Marshmallow, this one definitely has some sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. It's not quite as sweet as the original, but this is where they start to get more similar, is they start to smell a lot alike in the dry down. The only difference in the dry down is this one's going to get a little bit closer to your body. You're still going to project, but it's not going to project quite as much, but they do smell the same. The reason why I say 85% is because of the sweetness and then the projection. But other than that, they smell very, very similar. If you were to smell them side by side, it would be really hard to determine which one was Love Don't Be Shy and which one was Floral Marshmallow. I think they did a really nice job on this particular fragrance. Performance-wise, they both last the same amount of time, which is really important. Because when you are getting a fragrance that's inspired by another fragrance that has good performance, you want this fragrance to have good performance, and it does. And that's what I really love about Dossier is their fragrances last a long time. And I've had many times where their fragrances last a lot longer than the fragrances they were inspired by, which is fantastic. All right, let's go on to the next fragrance that I have, Floral Sandalwood. Now, Floral Sandalwood Eau de Parfum is reminiscent of Amyris Extrait de Parfum by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And I do have a sample of this one as well. And I have to say I'm really impressed with this particular fragrance. But of course, we've got to talk about the notes in this one, and then I'll give you the fair comparison from the two. Now this one, I love the opening of this. You're going to get this ripe, juicy pear with a tangerine. Now the tangerine is a little more on the sour side, so you're getting a sweet and sour effect in the opening that mixes really nice with a soft kind of powdery floral. And then you're going to get hints of some violet. Now the violet does stand out, but it's not overpowering. So if you like a violet accord in your fragrances, you'll be able to pick it up in this particular fragrance. Now in the heart is where you're going to pick up on some amyris, some jasmine, as well as a little bit of orris. Now the orris in this particular fragrance leans more to the floral side. It's not cosmetic-y in that sense, it's more floral. The base, you've got this really nice vetiver, this musk amber, as well as a sandalwood. Now, let's talk similarity. I would give this one 85 to 95% spot on. They both open the same as far as strength-wise. Projection-wise, I would say the original is just a tad bit stronger, goes a little bit further in the opening, but then they both perform the same as they start to dry down on your skin. You're going to notice it's extremely hard to tell them apart. Longevity-wise, they are very similar. I would say in this particular instance that the original does not last quite as long as Dossier. Dossier's last maybe an hour, about an hour longer than the original, which is really, really nice. So you're getting a big bang for your buck on this particular one. But both are very, very similar. I give them 85 to 90%. I think they've done an amazing job. And then we're going to move on to the last fragrance. And this one, oh my goodness. All right, this one is the Ambery Sage Eau de Parfum. This is reminiscent of Effing Fabulous by Tom Ford. Now, I can't say the word, but you know what I mean. Look no further. This is incredible. They did a really nice job with this particular fragrance. This opens really nice. You're going to get this aromatic, leathery type of fragrance that is just to die for. It smells super expensive. It opens with some bitter almond, and I love almond in fragrances. I think it's just an added bonus, and it really gives this fragrance some oomph. And it mixes really well with some sage. Now the sage does stand out. You're going to be able to pick up on that. You're going to get some soft whispers of lavender, but very, very soft. It's the heart where this really starts to shine with the leathery accords. And the leather in here is more like a suede, a really soft suede. It's not a sharp leather note. It's definitely softer. You've got the orris in here as well. The orris plays more towards the floral side of things. And then you have a vanilla, which is very rich, very creamy. And then as this dries down, you have a really nice amber, some blonde woods, and some tonka beans. Now, similarity-wise, this is 90 to 95% similar. Where they differ is in the opening. The original is stronger. So it really is like strong when you first spray it. And then I would say at about the half hour to an hour mark, they are very, very, very similar. It's almost impossible to tell these two apart. It's outstanding, an amazing job. Performance-wise, they last the same. Very well done. Like I said, the projection in the opening is different, but then as it dries down, it is the same. They project the same. You're going to get wafts of this throughout the daytime. It's a noticeable fragrance. People are going to think that you're actually wearing Effing Fabulous from Tom Ford, when indeed you are wearing Ambery Sage which was inspired by that Tom Ford fragrance, and you are saving yourself so much money, a tiny fraction of a cost, and you're getting an amazing fragrance. So like I said, I highly recommend Dossier. I have a ton of their fragrances. I'll have to do a video one of these days of my favorite Dossier fragrances and their similarities to the ones that they were inspired by. I think you guys would really enjoy that. I have some strong recommendations as far as that goes. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to put a link to Dossier in the description box so that you can check them out for yourself. What I love is that they're constantly adding new fragrances. So there's something new and they have it categorized really easy. They have it under women's, men's, or unisex. So you'll find something that you're going to love and you're going to be so impressed with their prices, like blown away. All right, just trust me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you again real soon.